I know what you're thinking, Brandon. What the fuck is this? I don't know. I'm not a good drawer, and you guys know this. Today's subject, slavery. Your greatest ally as a righteous man will be the darkness. Now, okay. Your greatest ally as a man of God, woman of God, is going... What is it going to be? Tell me. The Holy Spirit. God. Jesus? What would you do if I told you it was your enemy? Brandon, you're a retard. I'm unsubscribing. No, just stay. Wait. What do I mean by that? I mean this. Jesus could not have died without Judas. Jesus could have not died without being nailed on the cross by the Romans and the Jewish people. What does that mean, though, for us? It means that when Jesus said, Father, forgive them, they know not what they do, the unrighteous person has been made righteous because of the righteous prayers, faith, and belief. It means that's the reason why Judas was Jesus' best friend. Ironic, right? That literally represents what I'm saying is true. That your best friend will be your greatest enemy. Whether you know it or not. The person that I'm preaching so much, I know there's someone who wants to kill me, right? Let's say someone sent me a text, Brandon, if you keep preaching, I'm going to kill you. I keep preaching now in spite of this guy. I'm going to keep preaching because I know I'm doing something right. He's motivating me. The person who wants my head on a platter is motivating me. And then when I get killed, through him killing me, God's light is shown, because it's saying if he was willing to die for what he believes in, the guy killing him, this had to have been a soul mission. Now, this is where we get really spiritual, in the sense where I do believe there's literally earth angels and soul contracts. Like Judas Iscariot and Jesus Christ, that's a soul contract. Judas literally came down specifically to betray Jesus, because without betraying Jesus, Judas wouldn't have never, ever, ever like Jesus would have never got crucified if it wasn't for Judas. Now, I'm not saying it was righteous what they did. No, not at all. But I'm saying is this. Now, I do believe that there's some people who are just going straight to hell. Like the people who kill babies, who just do sick, fucking, wicked, evil shit. Straight to fucking hell. Straight to hell. But the people who crucified Jesus, it was almost as if there was a soul contract before, in the sense where Jesus is polar opposite. His best friend was the one who got him killed. It represents the righteous man. His greatest ally will always be his enemy. The guy in bodybuilding competitions, the guy being bigger, the guy being stronger, looking better, more chiseled, is my enemy. But he is the reason that I pump the iron. My enemy is the reason why I'm in the best shape of my life, why I fight for my life, why I stand up for what I believe in. If it wasn't for my enemy, there would be no Brandon. That's why evil can only be justified and only be cleansed when the righteous man comes in and takes the darkness out. That's what alchemy is, the practice of turning lead into gold. Takes the darkness and turns it into light. You see the lead and you say, you're evil, you're wicked. You're going to be my greatest ally. I'm going to use the evil that you did for me, and my greatest tool Boom, just like my father. I'm going to give you guys an example. I asked my dad, Dad, you suffered so much. I've seen the things you went through. So much suffering has been upon you, Dad. How do you stay faithful, and how can you justify suffering as a man of God? He said, Brandon, I'm going to just tell you this one thing. If I did not suffer, there's a chance that you could have went through the same thing that I did. He said, I was an alcoholic. I lied. I cheated. I was an angry, wicked man. All the sins under the sun. My father went through it. I don't not sin because I'm a good person. I love Jesus, obviously that, but I stay away from evil and alcohol and all this stuff because I seen what it did to my dad. And I went, oh my God, that was his mission? To literally suffer so I know what to stay away from. He didn't know it. I didn't know it at the time. But as we got older, we looked at each other like a mirror. And he said, and I'm going to be real with you, Brandon. I love the suffering that I take right now. Because that means that you will make the same mistakes I did. And the suffering you're going to go through is going to help your friends and, God willing, your future kids. And I sat there and I was like, oh my God. I was like, Dad, that's good. So the righteous man, the greatest contradiction that your enemy is actually your best friend. That's like, you guys are like, you guys think you're going like this. You and the guy who wants to crucify you, you're actually going like this. And you're meeting here and you're like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been crucified. And he's like, why am I crucifying you again? And you just give him a hug and he's like, oh my God, I was wrong. And he says, Jesus is king, and he preaches to the world. That's literally what Jesus did. Jesus literally alchemized the devil. Now, so what I'm trying to say is, the simple meaning behind what I'm trying to say is, your suffering is your best friend. Literally think of your suffering as a mirror. My suffering's trying to stop me? No. What is my suffering trying to teach me? What do I need to surrender to, right? The whole time, I'm going to tell you guys something. For a couple years, I've thought of the same girl over and over and over and over and over again and over again. The first time I ever fell in love, and I always dream about her, all this, see signs, this and that, and I'm like, God, what are you trying to tell me? I heard my mom talk to me about surrendering to God. She said, I just feel like you needed that. And I meditated on it. I said, God, what's happening? He's saying, surrender to the idea of love. Whether this girl is for you, right? She's probably not, because she's not with you. And that's a clear sign, right? That no matter what you do, it's not working, obviously. But beyond that, surrender to the possibility that it'll work or it won't work. Surrender to your greatest fear, because when you surrender to your greatest fear, that means all the options you thought you had were illusions, and you have one option left, and it's the truth. To fight it head on with God. Surrendering literally means putting down your weapon and using prayers. Surrendering is, there's 100 guys that want to fight me. I literally have one pocket knife. I'm putting down the pocket knife and I'm praying to God, and God sends an army of angels to protect me. That's what surrendering is. Jesus will always find a way out for you guys. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Just surrender to the goodness of God, guys, because trust me, he does love you.